Pretender Transformers are here.
The power of Pretender Transformers.
And look, there are evil Decepticon Pretenders too.
Pretender Transformers.
Ba weep, grog, no weep, niddy bong, my fellow addicts. This is TFA 1024, the Transformers Addict, coming to you with another TFA review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Power of the Primes, Prime Master Wave 2, Landmine with Alpha Chion, and Submarauder with Alchemist Prime. And much like the Wave 1 video review, once again, these guys are...
Pretender Transformers.
These are modernized pretenders of the concept back in the late 80s of Generation 1, where things got weird. But of course, while these guys are still modern pretenders, these are basically Alpha Chion and Alchemist Prime hidden among the Cybertronians, disguised as regular, ordinary Cybertronians. Which I think is cool. I think that's a really unique concept that this Power of the Primes line has really done. And again, I really love the fact that we're getting these classic pretenders on top of the 13 Primes in some way, shape, or form. Now, before we take a quick look at these guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. So here we have Landmine and Alpha Chion. Well, this is just Landmine, to be honest, but you get the idea. You have Landmine in a very dynamic pose, ready to punch someone in the face for justice. Obviously, he is from Transformers Generations. He was made by a brand, or he is from a brand, he is made by a company. His name is Alpha Chion. He is a Prime Master. He's from Power of the Primes, and you have his CG Prime Core design right there for obligatory product shot. On the bottom, trademark, made in Vietnam, barcode, all that fun stuff. On the back of the card, you have your obligatory product shots. You have Landmine, trademarked, decoy armor. You have Alpha Chion, who contains infinite knowledge. You have your conversion steps, and you have your cross sales of Alchemist Prime, the mystical scientist. And guess what? Hey, he's right here. So take a quick look at Submarauder and Alchemist Prime's packaging. You have Submarauder looking very menacing and creepy, reaching out like, no! Obviously, he is from Transformers Generations. He is from a brand. He was made by a company. He is from a toy line. His name is Alchemist Prime. You have his Prime Core design CG render right there. On the bottom of the card, same stuff as Landmine. On the back of the card, you have your obligatory product shots. You have Submarauder, the decoy armor, trademarked. You have your conversion steps. You have Alchemist Prime, the mystical scientist. And you have your cross-sale of Alpha Chion. And guess what? He's right there. So here we go. We finally got the Wave 2 Prime Masters. I have to thank my lady addictress for sending these guys my way. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much, sweetheart. And thanks to her, I got it. So, yay! But, as you can see, Landmine here is just a heavy remold of Vector Prime / Metalhawk from Wave 1, and he looks really good. But I love the nice goldenrod color of yellow going throughout the whole figure with a nice, obvious white manufactured plastic right there for the arms. You have the nice red accents and the nice tampographed Autobot insignia right there on the chest. You have his little face peeking out, hello! And you have the nice dark gray for the belt, which I think is nice. Obviously, he has a giant backpack because he is also a Target Master, which I think is really cool. And I just think he looks really good. Articulation on Landmine, his arms can rotate 360 degrees. You can pull out the shoulders, because they're technically on sliders if you really want to, but I personally just like keeping them closed in because they are supposed to be robots. They don't have to look anatomically correct. They're going to transform anyway. Speaking of transformation, let's get him into his Target Master mode. So rotate the barrel, rotate this peg, and now he's a gun. Transform him back, simple, easy, and fun. Now you can take off the hinged weapon and put it in their hands because they do have little pegs right there and they got ports in their hands, so that's really cool for playability. And I like that. That's a nice little touch that all the Prime Masters have been doing recently, and I enjoy that. Now get Alpha Chion out, all you have to do is put your fingernail in between that crevice from the head and then grab, if you have fingernails, which I don't. Come on. Well, if you can't get it out that way, get your nail in the neck joint right there and just gently pull, and you can get them out. And then just close up Landmine. And there you go. And here we have Alpha Chion, who is just a repaint of Vector Prime. And articulation are the same as any Titan Master, and for example, just for size comparison, here he is with the Toys R Us exclusive Ultra Magnus that came with RC. I think it looks good. Only difference is one has a face and one has a spark. So that's cool. Transforming Alpha Chion is easy as 1, 2, and of course, 3. and now he is a Prime Core. So setting off Alpha Trion to the side here, let's take a quick look at Submarauder. So here we have Submarauder. As you can see, he is a brand new mold with some very small similarities between Skullgrin and him. And I only say small because it's literally just the feet. Articulation, once again, 360-degree rotation at the arms, no head, no waist, no leg articulation, and that's pretty much it. Weapon mode, flip up the Triton, flip down the peg, which is on a slider, so be careful. And what I like to do is I like to rotate the arms upward to give him more spikes, and now he is a Trident. That's pretty cool. And transform him back, just undo everything you did. And there's Submarauder in his robot mode. Opening up Alchemist Prime within, just go ahead and grab him from the neck. Close up Submarauder. And here we have Alchemist Prime in his robot mode. Transformation as simple as 1, 2, 3. And there we have Alchemist Prime in his Spark mode, as I like to call it. And I really like the distinct symbols between all the Prime Masters. I think that looks really, really good. I really like that they have their own distinct symbols. The only thing to do now is just demonstrate the playability of these guys, so let's go ahead and quickly do that. So with me I have Power of the Primes Wave 2 Legends Class Tailgate right here, ready to go. And because he's an Autobot, we'll get Alpha Trion, transform him, have him in a sitting position, close him up. And though you can't see it, Alpha Trion is in there because obviously he's not standing next to Landmine. But he is in there, so that's the playability for that. And you can have him drive around, you know, secret mission, escort, whatever it is. You can, you know, whatever you want to do. For Decepticon Prime Master wise, we'll move straight on to the Deluxes. So, for example, here we have Deluxe Class Ripper Snapper with his Papoose ready to go. And if you really want to, you can have him hold a gun, little pea shooter. And we'll take Alchemist here, and we'll just go and stick him in. So now, Ripper Snapper has the powers of Alchemist Prime. And I think that's cool. I'm not really fond of these like baby carrier chest pieces, but hey, it's a thing. We all know they're going to be hands for the combined forms anyway, so there you have that. Moving on to Hungar and Alita 1. I'm not really going to do it for the combined mode. I'll save those for their own videos. But for Alita and Hungar, you can take the feet. Now let me go ahead and actually crack out Alpha Trion real quick. And then you can see that there are sections here on the bottoms of the feet or on the tops of the feet where you can just stick a Prime Master in, and it will hold. It's not that great, but it will hold because you now see that peg right there. And you can peg these onto the shoulders or have her hold them as weapons, like so. But there you go. So now she's holding the power of Alpha Trion in her Prime armor. And then Hungar, even though he technically didn't really have a gun, let's get Ripper Snapper back here, take out Alchemist. And again, same thing, you can just take it and plop it in this way, have it be connected. And he's got these forearm pegs right here, but now you have Hungar holding, have him holding that Prime Master Alchemist in his Prime armor. And honestly, the last thing you can really do with the whole Prime Masters for playability is you can take out the Matrix of Leadership from Rodimus Prime or Optimus Prime, and you can put them inside the Matrix of Leadership to bestow the powers of that specific Prime onto an already living Prime, whether they be original or not. So here we have the Leader Class Matrix of Leadership from Rodimus Prime, and what you can do is you can just pop out the core. And again, because he's an Autobot, we're going to need Alpha Trion, and we'll have Rodimus have him be bestowed the power of infinite knowledge by Alpha Trion. And sometimes these things don't want to work, it's just a matter of you need to put them in there a certain way. And these ones do hold in a lot better than Vector Prime, Micronus, and Liege Maximo. I know Liege Maximo was the only one to have an issue, you know, holding this, but it wasn't bad. Also, cat hair, not included, so. But there you go, now you have Alpha Trion in the Matrix of Leadership which I think is a really, really unique and cool idea that Power of the Primes has been doing, and I can't wait to get Quintus and the rest of these guys, specifically for the sheer fact that we're going to be getting almost all 13 primes. But there you go. There's the playability for Wave 2 Power of the Primes figures. Tech minus Rodimus, because obviously I don't have Rodimus Unicronus yet. But there you go. And here we have the Prime Masters from Wave 1 and Wave 2 all together, and they look really, really well. I love the monster kind of theme the Decepticons are going for. Like, Skullgrin looks like a straight-up demon, and then he just looks like a walking fishman, or an Atlantean. And then the Autobots over here, they just look like regular standard robot mech suits, and I think that's really cool. I always know the Decepticons, you know, they are more threatening, they are supposed to look like that, but I really do like the way everything is shaping up. And now, seeing this site, I look forward to seeing Quintus, Solus, Megatronus, aka Octopunch, Bombburst, and Bludgeon join the Prime Master ranks, because these guys are really shaping up well, and I'm super excited to have more of them in my collection. Because again, get the 13 original Primes, and you're also getting the Pretender shells. The playability for the Power of the Primes is honestly endless. It's all imagination based, and honestly, while some of the gimmicks are not something that I approve of, like the whole baby carrier papoose thing for the deluxes and the whole fists or feats for gun things for the Voyagers, I will admit the Matrices or the Matrices and the Legends class figures I think are the most fun. Like, the classes are fun, but I mean for playability purposes, putting the Prime Masters in the Legends class vehicles, having them drive around, and the Matrices, putting them in there and having them bestow power to a good or evil Prime like Rodimus Unicronus or Optimus and Rodimus is really cool, and the imagination and possibilities are endless. So, if you haven't already, by all means, go pick those two up. While they may not be a necessity to your collection, it is a nice excuse to get a classic Pretender as well as one of the 13 original Primes, which is something that the Transformers franchise has never really done before, and I'm really excited to see how they're going to do the rest of the Primes. So, 5 down, 8 to go. So if you haven't picked these guys up already, my fellow addicts, the decision is yours, because I recommend, so you can decide. And this has been my video review for the Transformers Power of the Primes, Prime Master Landmine with Alpha Trion, and Submarauder with Alchemist Prime. And I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. Please, by all means, if you haven't already, like, comment, share, and of course, hit that big red subscribe button, because this is the only channel where your entertainment will be transformed. And if you want to contact me in any way, shape, or form, by all means, feel free to look me up anywhere on social media, and I will reply to you all as soon as I can. And I'm sorry that this video review has been super drawn out, but I like going in-depth with these type of things, and frankly, the last video review I did of these weren't that bad, so I'm going to stick with it. But anyway, my fellow addicts, please remember, until next time, to get addicted, stay addicted, and TF addicts for life! This is TFA 1024, the Transformers Addict, roll it out till all are one.